Hi, Karen Gray Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. I am still in the north woods of Wisconsin. 2 nights ago, we had a terrible tornado, which you can't see this, but took out a huge swath of trees back here behind us. The electric company has been here for days trying to untangle the electrical wires. We have no electricity, we have no hot water, so that means I've been drinking cold instant coffee. And I've been adjusting because that's 2020, right? It's the year that we are perpetually having to adjust to the unexpected, to the chaos, to the falling apart of the things that no longer serve us, and sometimes just making it through, albeit at times trepidatiously, the course of the unknown through our lives. We're being trained this year to learn to use faith as a skill set, as a key element of our creative power. Faith is our ability to create towards the unknown, even when we can't see evidence that what we're intending, what's out there floating in the ethers, isn't even showing up, at least yet, in our current reality. We are being trained to hold to the vision of what we want, even when it doesn't look like anything that we're wanting is showing up in our current reality. You can't have faith if you don't have a story or a vision or a dream, which is the theme I've been giving you guys over and over and over and over again this year. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a story, if you don't have a narrative to lead you out of the chaos into a new normal, a new ordered reality, it's going to be very difficult for us to craft our path out of this cycle that we're in. We become victims of chaos if we don't have a vision of where we want to go. And that chaotic disruption becomes incredibly destabilizing on multiple levels. When things fall apart, and things are falling apart, and they're going to continue to fall apart for a while, we have to stay anchored in our faith. That means we have to have faith in the intangible and in the unseen in order to get to the other side of where we are. The energy this week continues to support us in crafting a narrative, a story about where it is we want to be going, what it is we want to be creating, what it is we want to have the faith in order to get to the other side of where we're at. Your stories, the stories you tell, the narratives you craft, and I mean literally, this week I want you to go back to deliberately crafting, writing out a story about what you'd like your life to look like. Those stories create a prayer field. They create a magnetic vision that ultimately can collapse into our reality when we start to give it the structure. We're still in the quarter of the template in the human design year, which means we're still putting language to divine inspiration, because it's that language, the words we use, that gives us the armature upon which to hang the details of how we're going to make this dream, this vision, this prayer that we have for the world ultimately come true. Praying, having a good narrative, telling a good story about what you want and where you want to be is not the only step. And I want to stress that, because I think sometimes we poo-poo the dreaming thing because we're like, well, it's just a dream. It's not the only step, but it is the most important, vital first step. We never would have gotten to the moon without a dream. We never would have created all of the things on this planet that we've created that are so exquisite and such beautiful manifestations of the potential of the human story if we hadn't had a dream or a vision first. The human design year starts on the gate 41, the gate of imagination. We begin every year with the question, what else is possible? And it's really this question that we're exploring on a collective level and on a personal level all year long. What else is possible? What else is possible for your life? What else is possible for the world? What else is possible in your reality? You don't have to figure out how. This is last week's theme. You don't have to figure out the how, but you do have to start by crafting the story, the language, the vision in tangible format, so that you can begin to start seeing more clearly the evidence of the steps that are being placed in front of you, being revealed to you as the unfolding of this vision that you're holding. Our new moon, our sun is in the gate 56, the gate of expansion. Our new moon visits that same energy today on Monday. So we have sort of built into this new moon energy, sun energy for the week, this big theme of expansion through the power of the stories we tell. Our earth is in the gate 60. The gate 60 says we can't innovate if we're not also being grateful for what we have. We can't innovate if we recklessly leave the past behind and we don't bring with us the things that are working. It's one of the places where gratitude lives in the chart. So in order for us to craft a good narrative, in order for us to move forward, we have to build this new vision, but we also have to bring with us the things that are working, which means we have to take the time as part of crafting this narrative to also expand upon what we have that is good. There's a statement, I think it comes from the Bible, and forgive me if I'm misquoting this, but it says, to those who have, more is given. More is given because we perceive what we have, because gratitude becomes the lens of our ownership, of our of helping us recognize what it is that we need to bring with us. And the more we focus on the goodness that we have, the more goodness we can create, the more goodness we can ultimately use to fill our cups to then share with others in a sustainable way. I do want to throw one red flag on a play for this week. So just to sum up what I've said so far, this week, keep working on your story. Keep working on your personal narrative. Number 2, stay grateful. Stay grateful for what you have. It can be something as simple as this morning, even though we have no electricity at the cabin, there's still a little bit of warm water in the hot water heater. So I was able to have some tepid, albeit, but warmish instant coffee, and I was very grateful for that. So be grateful for what you have. Tell a good story this week. Here's the red flag. The relationship planets, and I would consider the relationship planets to be Mars, Mercury, and Jupiter, are kind of doing a very interesting dance in the energy field of power. We are exploring through our own self-regulation how to activate our own personal sovereignty. Personal sovereignty gets messy when we forget that the me of who we are is here to serve the we. When our individual cups are full and full to overflowing, that's because we are designed to share who we are and what we have with others in an equitable, just, and sustainable way. If at any point in time we forget or we disconnect or we fail to heal the karma of our own self-worth and we don't see our own value, it tends to mess up our ability to regulate ourselves in a healthy, sustainable way. It causes us to want to hoard and to overpower as a way of trying to control our own inner sense of value. Please remember that you are a unique cosmic once-in-a-lifetime event, and you are inherently precious, and so is every living being on this planet. It is part of our design ultimately to use the sense of value and our understanding of that unique place that only you can play in the cosmic plan to protect that event, to protect your value, to protect who you are, to claim and set good boundaries for yourself, but to also not try to overregulate other people as a way of trying to prove your own power or your own value. In other words, stay true to your own sovereignty, work towards your own dreams and your own stories, take care of yourself, set good boundaries and limits for yourself, and use the abundance of who you are to increase the abundance of others. But be mindful. When this energy plays out in the relationship sector of the chart, it oftentimes means that we use unnecessary and even sometimes dangerous power to overpower others. Stand strong in your own value and pay attention and make sure that the people around you are getting the support that they need to stay strongly rooted in their own sovereignty and their power. Don't assume. Let's not assume we know what other people need. Let's listen, let's hear, and let's protect people who need support in connecting more deeply with their own value and setting good and clear boundaries for themselves and receiving what they need to fulfill the true story of who they are. Because each and every one of us, each and every personal story on this planet is a vital part of the whole. We are not free until we are all free. We are not abundant until we are all abundant. We do not have until we all have. And so part of our role for those of us, especially who are so privileged, part of our obligation, I believe, on the planet right now is to make sure that we sustain ourselves and then immediately look around us and see who else needs to be lifted up. Let's make sure we all have a seat at the table, that we are all strong, that we are all powerful, and that we all have access, equal access to sustainability and abundance in every way. That's it. That's my soapbox for this week. Take good care of yourselves. Let's write a story that is equitable, just, sustainable, abundant, and peaceful. And let's do this on a personal level, and then let's do this on a collective level. Keep dreaming, and don't ever tell yourself that because you don't know how, your dreams aren't valid. The how will reveal itself. The how will reveal itself. So tell a good story this week, and take care of yourselves.